Welcome to NewsBreak, the show covering everything happening around Charles County Public Schools. I'm Madelyn Mudd. We have a jam-packed show filled with books, funky socks, history, computers, hats, costumes, and did I mention books? Many of these things were in celebration of two subjects forever intertwined, literacy and history. During the month of February, each of the 37 Charles County Public Schools celebrated African American History Month in their own unique way. North Point High School went with some educationally inspired interior design. Several classroom doors were decorated with famous African American figures and/or themes featuring those people. In other parts of the school, you would find famous quotes from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Each one was written in calligraphy by Miss Fair's art students. North Point's HBCU club placed pictures of famous African Americans around the school. Each picture had a quote and a QVC code. Students could scan the code with their phones and read up on each person. Many students we talked to enjoyed the opportunity to expand their knowledge of famous African Americans.
It is great to see around the school because I learned a lot of things I didn't know before, just looking up as I'm walking through the hallway. A lot of things about women's rights because they had posters up about women's rights in African American communities.
I like seeing the colors and like seeing which person gave me which thing that I could use in my life, like the traffic light bulb, stuff like that.
Most schools hold programs for their school community, like William A. Diggs Elementary School did on February 20th. A Night in the Life of William A. Diggs featured a performance by the chorus, a poetry reading, and members of the African American Heritage House sharing some facts about the school's namesake. That was merely an appetizer for the William A. Diggs Blacks and Wax Museum. 4th and 5th grade students set up around Diggs' main hallway and stood next to their projects they worked on during the month of February. Guests would walk by, ask a student who they were, and a detailed report ensued. Some were famous singers or gymnasts, while others certainly could tell you a story, like this lady dressed as author Toni Morrison. As you can see, the hallways were packed at Diggs. It's hard to learn about history when you can't read. That's why CCPS participates in a nationwide literacy campaign called Read Across America. Like African American History Month, each school holds their own unique celebrations and activities to promote reading. While most schools did their activities the first week of March, Mary H. Matula Elementary School got the ball rolling during the last week of February. On February 24th, it was Matula Many-Colored Monday. We had to slow things down a bit to catch all the colors students wore that day, as many looked like two-legged rainbows. On the 25th, students could wear any hat inside all day, whether their choice was for the fishes, a wizard, or something that might make you hungry. They were also encouraged to wear funky socks, which you almost had to do, especially when the principal was rocking it with her outfit. Wednesday was Wacky Dress-Up Day, while Thursday featured shirts with words on them. Friday was the main event, as students came to school dressed up as their favorite literary character. In the afternoon, everyone gathered in the gym for a parade of each costume from each grade. Matula also welcomed some guest readers on Friday from La Plata High School's JROTC. It was a pretty fun week for the students and staff at Matula. A day later, a new tradition continued over at St. Charles High School. The school hosted the 3rd annual Hackathon, which brings students from Charles, Calvert, and St. Mary's counties together to solve computational challenges. Students spend the night at St. Charles working on a project using their laptop, smartphone, or tablet. They could select their project from one of several areas, including logo design, web development, cybersecurity, and, new for this year, engineering and biomed. Students spend most of their time working on their project. When participants felt the need to take a break, there are some non-techie challenges for students to work on, like this cup stacking challenge. Nice job, ladies! It may be only 3 years old, but the hackathon is something students look forward to every year.
To be honest, it's just a cool experience. I came last year, I was running the hackathon last year, and you really just get to know a lot of different people and you do a lot of things. We play games, we watch movies, we did a lot of fun stuff.
Last time we had a hackathon, I noticed a lot of collaboration between counties. Once the students realized that both parties have the same interest, they just lock together and just start working together.
Projects were presented Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Many students use this hackathon to gear up for other ones held at the University of Maryland and UMBC. It's time for News to Know, a segment that gives you the dates, times, places, and events that you need to know. That is why we call it News to Know. Schools will dismiss 2 hours early on March 25th. All Charles County public schools and offices will be closed from April 10th to April 14th for spring break. Here are some future dates for the SAT and ACT. The SAT will be held on May 2nd. The ACT will be held on April 4th. Contact your school's counseling office on how to register for either test. Just a reminder, CCPS-TV will not be bringing you this year's Spelling Bee live from Madelyn Middle School on March 24th due to contractual obligations. We will air the Spelling Bee in its entirety after the competition on Verizon Fios 12 and Comcast 96 at 7 on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday evenings, and on our video website, ccboe.com/ccpstv. That will do it for this edition of Newsbreak. I'm Madelyn Mudd. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye!